Hello there. Welcome to the stream. We're going to continue the Talos Principle 2 for today. Just in a hot second here. Just need to put it up in the background. Okay, and pause this one. Go over here. Now we see the game. Where do I have this one here? So there's something I want to announce, kind of. Especially for the upcoming weekend, because tomorrow I'm not actually going to stream Talos Principle, but rather I'm going to stream The Still Wakes the Deep, the horror game that came out this week. And I'm actually planning to do a longer stream of it than just like 3 to 4 hours as I am doing right now with the Talos Principle. So if you're interested into horror games, then don't forget to tune in tomorrow. Because I'm interested to see what it is, because I just actually don't know much about it. I have not seen too much of trailers. I've only like noticed that... So I should turn it off, by the way.
You should be headed towards an island off the northern coast. The terrain's pretty rough, so be careful.
The island has another island attached to it.
Yes, it has several, actually.
How irritating.
What?
Okay, where to come out here? How's the north looking? Well, I see. What else to expect, I guess. But still, seems like it's pretty far away from the central area, because... Or it's like a high altitude, because there's lots of snow down here. But also like ice. So it must be really, really cold. So I have to enter this given area. So like the game for tomorrow has still a really positive rating on Steam, but everything other than that I don't really know how it is or how long it will be. But definitely interested to play a horror game, which I have actually not done in quite a while, because I'm normally not like that much of a horror game player. But some kind of gems I find interesting, I really like to give it a try and play it. Okay, this is the first gem right here in front of us. So we have mind-body dualism. Oh no, this is gonna be weird.
What the?
So yeah, who doesn't like to jump from body to body? In a more different kind of sense. Can walk up there, but this doesn't help us. What else can we do? Can actually climb over this ladder here. So we can actually let us go through. Oh, this is kind of creepy. Okay, I want to test something straight away. This is our original body where we kind of entered the puzzle with. So what I want to do is do a quick switcheroo, so that the original body will be standing idle here, and like the copy will actually just activate the chamber. Am I allowed to do that? The game is fine with it. Okay, bye original body. I don't need you anymore, I guess. Okay, so this is like the new mechanic we are experiencing here. just the ability to change place with another body of ourselves. Which should open up many different kind of puzzle opportunities. Leg up. What's this? Okay. Like 2 things here, but we can... No, we cannot use the fan as before. It's our pressure plate. We have the normal fan here for this kind of stuff. What are you standing on? It's a weird looking platform, I guess. Oh, what? What is this piece? Take platform, but from what? I mean, it will help us to get actually the second body out of here, but what is this piece? Because I can't just put it down. I mean, something else I want to do is to actually put the body on this pressure plate to the fan be activated. Oh, maybe I can step off please for a second. Thanks. Maybe I can use this platform to place it here? I mean, I don't really get why this is a thing, honestly. Oh, nope. I want to test something. Can I stand on myself? Or is this not possible? I can jump there and I can... Oh! Oh, I bounced right off my head kind of thing. Okay, so this is not really helpful either. I can maybe place this one here? No. Oh, now I get what this is for. Oh, okay, yeah, I see. I do it like this, so now I can just step up on myself and change from below. And just walk right here, take control again, and be up here. Okay, interesting. Curve direction there only going as a really complex one, at least it feels like, so it's going to be interesting to see.
On the particle clouds, Melville?
To be honest with you, Byron,
Dual
I
stream.
feel like a caveman trying to study Bose-Einstein condensate. I'm seeing unknown particles whose every property violates the laws of physics, apparently capable of being controlled and recombined into just about anything. It's ridiculous.
Maybe someone in New Jerusalem can figure it out.
Okay.
Sure, just give them another 1,000 years.
Oh, wrong button. Do use E to actually change body. How would I do that? No, I cannot. I mean, the idea in the... Whoops. The idea in the end is to select all of them and somehow get them to stay active. And I could, in theory, place this one down here. And I can definitely walk up here with them. And the problem is that I will only like activate one of them. Which just doesn't help me in the sense that I need kind of more to it. And if the laser would like really in the middle here between these two fans, maybe I could like use it. Okay, another question. Why is there like a small walkthrough here? Like a small path there? I don't understand this one in this kind of regard. Okay, this is interesting. Why can we walk up here? Oh no, this is just so that we don't softlock ourselves in there somehow. The ladder doesn't let us stand on top. Which should have been something interesting. Push him off only in kind of regard. That wouldn't help either. How? A little bit confused by the fact that we only have one kind of connector here and not much else to it. I cannot really see why. Oh, no, I see a way. I see definitely a way. I should just use the opportunities I have, as if I can change the way I am actually placed here. The only problem being that I need to see myself. Okay, nice. Okay. Oh.
Wonkai, I've been watching you solve these puzzles, and this body replication tech is incredible. It just casually blows up the very foundations of our society.
I mean, I don't really see why it would, like, be that kind of crazy. Maybe for them it is, because they wouldn't think of the possibility to transfer themselves in another body, which for normal humans is not really possible, at least with the current technology advances. But, yes, well, what do you mean?
Do you have any idea how hard it is to make more of us? We're not like a toaster. You don't just weld together a couple of wires and a motherboard and call it a day.
Okay, that's fair.
Not to mention how hard it is to even find some of the materials. And this thing just, poof, new human.
Okay, that's fair. That's like another aspect I didn't really consider there. So, yeah. With more like the resources used for for one of these bodies to be like multiple just standing around here is it's just weird. But the goal was to stop at 1000, wasn't it?
It was. Or was it? And even if it was, sorry to be heretical, but does it matter? If we can figure out how this works, we can finally, easily create more people. We can grow. We can expand. We can build a real civilization. Isn't that worth pursuing?
Okay, so she sees it like a technology to kind of create more of these kind of robots in a more easier fashion, which would allow for much higher growth, especially in this kind of phase. I feel it's a little bit strange. It's our cosmic duty to spread consciousness. Maybe there is some point where there's enough people, but this is not it. Maybe there are legitimate reasons to limit the population. This is very dangerous. We decide to limit ourselves for a reason, and we have an opinion about this. Well, I just feel like maybe there are limited reasons to limit the population, because if there's too many, then it's gonna be problematic with the needed resources to live on there. So I'm like for like the more linguistics and explorer kind of type, trying to be at least here in this kind of way, but I'm seeing a slight problem there.
The mayor seems to think so, but why? What are the actual reasons?
Goes up with the founder, she must have known what she was doing. We risk upsetting the balance of nature like our ancestors did. The planet is more important than us. We shouldn't impose ourselves on it. We seem to be doing fine the way we are. Or actually, you're right, I cannot really think of a serious reason. No, I personally am actually the opinion that this will risk the upsetting of the balance of the nature. And we cannot sustain ourselves then.
Balance. The balance of nature is just a snapshot of an arbitrary point in time. The planet changes constantly, causing extinctions left and right. Ice ages come and go. The oxygen level fluctuates. The oceans rise and fall. The only reason our ancestors believed in this balance is because their bloody lifespans were so short.
Still, but what about the risk of civilization if there are so many of us that we damage the planet? I mean, honestly, for them it's a little less concern because they technically only need like somehow a power source to charge them up and some materials to maintain themselves, which in somewhat of a way is more easily like done than with like actually humanity, which have more basic needs that need to be met, but still, I personally see a risk in that kind of way.
But there's no correlation between the amount of people and changes to the ecosphere. Not unless we're talking a population of trillions.
But that's what I'm
There's
talking
nothing
about.
mystical about this. No ifs and maybes. I've run the maths. It's how we use our resources, not how many of us there are.
We should go here, but the more of us there are, the more likely we are used to resources badly. I just disagree, I will think about this. I don't disagree with her that it's like a good opportunity or way to actually, hang on a second, to kind of grow the population without having too many resources used. But the problem is with the kind of entities that are created that there are made to be many that they themselves, like the person themselves, will just resist this in a bad way. Which if there are like billions, then this can be problematic. Because it can lead to problems just in that way. So I'll stick with it, even if she's trying to persuade me to real another direction.
I suppose you might be right. Human history is certainly a mixed bag. Well, I'll think about it. You go solve puzzles.
Alright, I'll get back to work. Next time, maybe don't jump scare me while I'm all going out of a puzzle chamber, but that's something for later.
This body replication technology is proof of just how vital this expedition is. We may not know how it works and what its limitations are, but the technology itself isn't even what really matters. What matters is to expand our imagination, to realize that other futures are possible. And 1K, just think about this. If we had stopped making new citizens, you wouldn't be here. And isn't it wonderful to exist? Simply to be in this world? Consciousness is a gift.
Okay, now it seems that I have come with like the wrong kind of foot there, because they think I want to limit the population to 1K as the creative plan wants it to do. That's not what I mean. I mean like really high numbers. Oh, high ground. And 2 extra bodies. Oh god. I really see what I need to do. Need to like get one of them like on top of here. And now I need you to come over here. I hope it works this way. I don't know if it will. I want to take... Can you place one of them? No, we cannot place it on the head of others. But this is definitely not the height to get up there. Okay. But I can walk around with him on top, yeah. So what's the big idea with the last one? I mean, he can just like put the box right here and hopefully can jump on top. I don't think that's enough. No. I really need to like the third person to be on top as well. Do I miss something? I don't think I do, but it feels like there needs to be more to actually work. So how else be able to get up there? Okay, if I take it from him, he just loses it completely and is pushed off. So that's not helpful. Not helpful at all, to be honest. Because I can take this. Can you do something with this? No, you cannot jump on it. You can take the cube from him. Just like we did with the kind of board, we were just crushing a tower. And something else we could do. But how would I do this mechanic-wise? I'm thinking about like putting the cube below me right now. I can drop it, but I'm getting pushed just off. That's not really helpful. Can, well, technically stand on top with 2 people on here. And I want to see, I can only really take 1 person. Like move it from person only. But can I stand myself on this little corner right here? Well, and now where do I put this one? That's a mystery. Oh! Oh! I've seen something. You there. Go here. And you up there. Oh. That's wrong button. God damn it. I've just seen the second platform which lays up here. Why am I not allowed to take it? Should we go a little bit further away? Oops. Didn't mean to drop that there. Still is a little bit off. At least the game doesn't want to allow me to take it. Okay, this doesn't seem right, but I'm still gonna try it. Oh, maybe if I'm standing on top of it. There we go. Okay, now we have a new problem. Which is actually not too big of a problem. No, it's actually kind of fine. I'm just gonna need to take control of the last one and put him on top. Then take control of this one. Well, maybe just stand maybe near to it. Then I can jump on top of each other. And now we have a really good way of getting up here. Almost. I need to cube. I need to cube on top, on below. Okay, I need to do everything again. Essentially, at least. Come here. Then you can jump on top of here. Maybe this is already enough. It is. We can jump on top of all of these and just push ourselves up here. Oof. This was some kind of high ground. The 5th is actually below here. Can't really see the puzzle from up here. Can I? No, this is too far away. I see that there's a another one of us, but I cannot interact with it. I don't think there's fall damage, but I still don't want to jump it all in one go. I don't need to. Okay, the gift. Okay, a little cube there. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see. Can jump down here. That's not a necessity right now. First of all, we take the cube because we like the cube. And we'll take this one. Can activate this one right here, but we We need to cube actually somewhere else. Okay. Okay, it's gonna be a little bit tricky, but can I put you right here? No. Sadly not. Would have been helpful. Because then I could just snatch it from the top, probably. Nope, on top there. Still a little bit more, and I disconnected it. Okay, it's the great question if it will work. Honestly, I'm not sure, and we need to see. Okay, I need to get up here. I can take it, nice. I can't take it back. That's actually a problem. The problem is that I cannot take it through this barrier. But I can still use the upper height, the high ground, some may say. And now I can just use the box freely, which works out in my favor. Yeah. Come here, other body. Solve the chamber. Okay, so far so good. We have a question mark in this direction. Oh, I can see it from a distance. In the distance, there it is. Let's see. This place is pretty adventurous. Also with a great view of the mountain range. Distance. Audio log from Livras here. Okay, let's see what he has to say.
As we continue exploring the cold northern reaches of the island, the contrast between the harshness of this place and the softness of New Jerusalem becomes more and more pronounced. There is a kind of madness in what we are doing, going to a place that is so hostile to our existence. That does not mean there is nothing to love here. There is, in fact, a great beauty, but it is a hateful beauty, a beauty you can only love because there are places that are not like this. And yet, it is precisely this hateful beauty that the people of New Jerusalem fail to see, and so cannot understand their own blessings.
Okay, where is seeing another question mark on top of here? Oh, it's extra puzzle. Okay, what do we have here? Passing through. Okay, we've got a gemma on the other side. And another one of us. The cube, okay. And we need to jammer and have a platform. Okay, so far, so interesting. Can definitely stand on top of each other. The big kind of question is, what is it for? What do we make with this? So probably not like just jump through here. No. Space between is too little. Get through. Something else we can do. Okay, I don't know why I lost my body up there. I was just standing there mindlessly, but sure. Okay. What kind of interaction am I missing here? Well, technically I only need Jammer. I don't need my body to be here as well. So... Okay, I need to test something out. If I place myself here, I cannot see myself then again. Okay, wait. Maybe that's already the best box for... So now... Oh god. It's gonna be a little bit weird. What else is there to it? So I would just put it down here, which I don't want. I don't think this will help, but... Okay. Can I put something on there, on like this? I should be able to do it like this way. This would not work as... Oh, well... I can actually make this one work. Okay, I have another idea. How about... we just put the jammer on top of Firm here and jam the field. Can I just walk out with it? I definitely can. Okay, good. Not necessarily needed to be the second players out here, but I'll take them. I was missing
I
there.
can't imagine spending years in such a desolate place. For what? Science? Enlightenment? I'd much rather be back home in New Jerusalem.
I think it's beautiful in its own way. But I don't understand how our ancestors could survive here. They were so fragile. Imagine getting stuck out here in the cold. I wonder if there are wolves.
It's kind of a miracle biological humans lasted as long as they did.
Okay. I just noticed that I missed actually... Oh, wrong window. Actually missed a follow. Sorry for the late notice. Figure flow from the Everlasting Legends. I have... I've forgotten to actually like put the actual scene for that here. Oh, that's something I need to improve. Wait a second. Somehow let's get lost. Thank you so much for Talos MacLeod's follow. And now actually the alert just works because I just won't edit it to the right scene. Somehow I just forgot to edit it to the game scene as well. Just here trying to get through Talos Principle. Playing through it for a bit. We're at the... I don't know really to describe it really well. We already have like 30% through the game, maybe even 1/3 actually. And as you can see, we're currently in a icy, snowy mountain range. On Cornelius. From the personal reminiscence of Mitko, there are some people whose true importance you just don't notice at first, people who quietly hold things together without making a big deal of it. That's what Cornelius was. Always by Fina's side, he calmly and carefully helped us all stay on track, reminding us of our shared humanity and the values that that had brought us this far. I can't imagine how painful it must have been when Fina left him behind. When he went on his so-called research expedition, most people thought he went looking for her. To be honest, I thought he might never come back, and I was surprised when he finally did. I still don't understand how she could leave him. They seemed to love each other so deeply. After he returned, Cornelius was different. He founded the Museum of the Simulation and very rarely left his premise. The archive scholars doted on him, but he walled himself off, becoming almost as much of a reclusive as Eustathius, and only then did I slowly understand how much the city had lost. Blake. God appears and God is light to those poor souls who dwell night, but those a human form display to those who dwell in realms of day. Okay. A little poem right there. Prime Mover. An excerpt from Considerations by Eustinius. While it is hard from our vantage point to fully believe in any of these ancient religions, I must admit that I have come to believe in the existence of a prime mover. Not a designer as such, certainly not an interdimensionalist god, but some force that set the universe itself into motion. I do not know if it is possible for us to ever truly understand this being, since it must by definition exist outside our understanding of reality, but I do believe that it exists. Does it look upon us with love? Are we entertained, perhaps? Does it preserve some memory of us when we die? All of this I cannot answer, but I do not disbelieve those who honestly speak of having experienced some manner of brief communion with this entity. It's simply too common an experience in human history to easily discount. As the motion of the universe proceeds from the Big Bang, so whatever force imitates us, whatever constitutes the true foundations of consciousness, proceeds from the prime mover. Randa, what do you think of this, Mother? Athena, I don't believe in any kind of prime mover, but I thought you should read it, because Eustinius is an intelligent person, and he came to this conclusion after a great deal of thought. It's important to respectfully consider points of view we don't agree with. Okay, and modernity. From the Book of Unnoted Internet Comments by Eustinius. If modernity is so great, why is everyone so fundamentally disappointed with the world? Why do we sigh with pleasure at the sight of an old house, but feel nothing but depressed and alienated by skyscrapers? Why do we yearn for lush forests and wide plains, not narrow canyons between buildings? 358F, I guess. We love all this technology so much. Why is our idea of happiness to get away from it? Could it be that progress is just a story we tell ourselves to justify why we allow ourselves to be dominated by inhumanity and all the forms of living have something to offer? It seems that many of us share this desire to immerse ourselves in nature. Though we are ourselves entirely technology beings, we enjoy and value the Earth's diverse and unpredictable biosphere. But does that mean that progress is just a narrative, as this ancient commentator suggests, or does it mean that technology progress and the love of the natural world are not in fact mutually exclusive? Way too loud profile. And yet, if this person was left on his own somewhere in the wilderness, he would feel nothing but terror. The application of nature is rooted in the experience of civilization, of safety. Athena commented, true, but he's still right. So many of what our ancestors created in their last years was alienating to the majority of people. And from the faithful profile, the question isn't one of modernity, but of control. Definitely like the little bit of tidbits here and there. Give so much more kind of flavor. What you have to say?
If we believe that life is inherently valuable, if we think that other species are worth preserving, and we recognize that most of the universe is barren, then it follows that we have a duty not only to defend life, but to spread it. If life is the most valuable thing in the universe, then perhaps in a sense, the cosmos itself is depending on us to do this. Like birds carrying seeds to uninhabited islands. Maybe that's our role in the galactic ecology.
I just noticed that there is something behind far away on this like top. And I think it is actually a monument for a star, which definitely I want to get, so I guess hold on for this little trail that we need to follow here. I hope I can actually like solve this puzzle right away. Oh, okay, I already see this is Prometheus' statue, because there is a blue little flare on top, which points us in a direction which we need to follow, just like last time, and get to the kind of starting point to then actually get here and get back. Yeah, it also has like the same text as last time. Find my bride and follow it until it leads you back to me. Okay. This is really not helpful. Like, okay, it's this kind of direction. Great. I think it will probably be behind the kind of middle mountain here. So that's not really helpful. Although it's a kind of good of a landmark. And I just need to kind of remember that the flare or the sprite itself was like straight ahead of the statue. So I should have like a guess of the direction still, even if I'm not strictly following it right now, because I'm not going to do that right now. I want to continue my way around here. But I just saw like this monument in the distance, so I had to follow it. Also, do I have to say Melvin? Level? Oh no.
Yes?
Did you ever meet the founder?
Of course I did. She and Cornelius were both there when I was born. Neath was just starting to take over back then, and they were still showing her the ropes.
Okay, then what was the founder like?
Busy. There was always another problem to solve. Did you know that she never upgraded her body? Always prioritized everyone else. That's the kind of work ethic I wish more people had.
I agree, but there also needs to be a space for other things in life, or I think the obsession with rep becomes self-destructive at some point. I'll just like agree, but there definitely needs to be a space for other things in life.
I suppose so. For me, living is doing. But I understand that other people have more varied needs.
So, like workaholic, I guess? Do you ever crave companionship? I want to ask you something else. Oh, okay. Sure, let's go with this question.
I've never felt the need for a partner as such. I've met a lot of people who do. Athena and Cornelius, Atal and Damien, Sarabai and Hypatia. But that's not really for me. So far, at least. But I do have social needs like anyone. What I like is a pleasant buzz of humanity. Not too close, not too far. Something I can be part of without having it get in my face all the time.
Okay. Could these visions affect my mind?
The data stream overloads?
Yeah.
Yes, they could. There are safeguards to prevent that from happening. But these aren't exactly carefully controlled circumstances. It's hard to predict. Our brains are absurdly complicated, which is why it's so hard to make more of us.
Why do you think the founder left New Jerusalem?
Maybe she just got sick of things breaking all the time.
Okay. So what exactly can these particle clouds do?
As far as I can tell, anything, which is insane.
Okay. What do you think of about Miranda?
She's so innocent and full of wonder, it should make me want to retch, metaphorically speaking. But I'll admit, she's sort of charming.
Interesting. How do you feel about the Mayor Herman's policies? Probably not
There's
like
a reason
positive.
people have embraced the goal, and it's not just the founder. We literally exist only because our ancestors made a mess of apocalyptic proportions. Caution has its place, I think.
Okay, I should get back to work, although I had more technical questions, but the game doesn't allow me to ask them. Let's see, I also have like entries here. Melville, Minds and Bodies. The founder appears to have developed a technology that prints new bodies using those particle clouds we're already familiar with. These bodies come with a protocol for instantly transferring the user's mind. I cannot sufficiently underline how mad this is. The implications would be breathtaking if we breathed. There seem to be a number of safeguards. So far I've not been able to get this tech to work outside the puzzles. I did manage to sort of make sense of the mind transfer protocol. However, and I'm uploading all the data I've collected. It will need to be studied extensively before it can be used, but I can think of a lot of potential applications. What really grinds my gears though is how casually it's all deployed. It takes us ages to make new bodies, and here there's a whole bunch of them doing no more than holding up platforms or standing on pressure plates. Is this all a joke? Well, feels like it's to you. Spectacular. I don't understand what possible functions these structures could have, but it's really impressive. Hold on, could that be its function? Just be impressive? I mean, definitely are like that. The founder mega threat. Oh, here we go, I guess. Please keep discussions of all the alleged preservance of the founder at the site of the megastructure confined to this threat. I'm still in shock. I wasn't even sure the founder was still alive. Of course she is. And now that we have reached completion day, she has sent us her sacred messengers. It could still be aliens pretending to be the founder. It's not aliens. If Prometheus and Pandora are her sacred messengers, why has one appearance changed the other? Has one appearance changed the other, yeah. Okay. Day of her return is imminent. So now you agree that Brian was right to want an expedition. In fact, it was the founder's will all along? And when you said it would be wrong to even consider going to the island, you were acting against the founder? Your word games aren't going to help you when the founder returns, Aurelia. I was wonderful to hear Rita's voice again, but with all the emotions inherent in this matter, we should be careful not to get swept away. We don't really understand anything yet. Well, I can't help but wonder if Brenda is her daughter. Was Athena trying to start a new civilization? Did she abandon New Jerusalem? It's conceivable she was always a leader. Maybe she just wanted to experience something private. She would never abandon Jerusalem. I just really don't want to get into kind of this question there, because it just doesn't feel like that. So let's go ahead with she was also a leader. Maybe she just wanted to experience something private. A valid point. She has enormous responsibilities from the very beginning, and while we were all a family, she had too many burdens to ever have a private life of her own. I understand your point, but why leave Cornelius behind then? That's none of our business. Well, fair enough. Hey Manny, I see you sent something in the chat, but somehow... Can you see it in Twitch? Oh, I just... okay, some emotes. Didn't see that in the bullet chat I use on OBS. That's weird. Body replication. The technology discovered by the expedition changes everything. Every argument about how hard it is to get access to the resources necessary to create more of us goes out of the window. We can create more people. Monica doesn't have to be the last. And it would be easy. Are we really going to give up just because of the goal? Energy doesn't just come from nowhere. We have no idea what the real cost behind this technology is. Besides, the goal is an ideal, not just a limit we ran into by accident. It is with the will of the founder. Yeah, right. It's not necessary to share a personal beliefs in the founder to understand the value of the goal. It's clear to all but the most radical that humanity needs limits, for its own sakes and for the sake of the planet. You say that as if it was self-evident. It's not. You're smuggling a whole host of misanthropic ideas into the conversation under the disguise of reasonableness. Your premises are completely rotten. I believe the results of human history speak for themselves, and I find it shocking that anyone would disagree with something so obvious. Shocking that anyone would value human beings and think that maybe our ancestors could have solved their problems using their brains instead of preaching misery for all. That maybe there is some fucking point to blame other factors beyond technology and growth. Like, I don't know, people in positions of authority preaching their self-important shitty modernity instead of trying to solve ordinary people's problems. Authority? I'm just an academic. It's completely disingenuous and you know it. Your clique has the manager's ear. Clique? I assume you, there's no such thing. This conversation is getting out of hand. If you can't behave, I'm shutting this thread down. Yeah. That really... a clash of opinions in this kind of thread here. This conversation is unnecessary. They should not be banned. This conversation is irritating, but should be allowed as a matter of principle. It would be best to close this thread until everyone calms down. Just take it to private. In some way, they are necessary. So just kind of straight off banning them is not really something I feel like helpful, but also just the other way around. But it's not really the kind of way I just want to answer to that. This conversation is irritating, but should be allowed as a bit of a principle. It would be best to close this thread and have it comes down. The button ones here I'm not really feeling, so this kind of conversation is irritating, but it should be allowed as a matter of principle. Sorry to have irritated you, 1K, but thanks you for speaking up. Jerusalem is a democracy, and without free speech, democracy is a shame. A lovely sentiment, but you should try moderating this forum and see what it's like. If every conversation is allowed to explode, instability is guaranteed. We have to set reasonable limits on our behavior. Thread closed. Yeah, I also couldn't get like the moderation kind of aspect there. That's why I wasn't like with the kind of first answer that is unreasonable or not possible to ban it in a general way, because that's not helpful, or it's not helpful to not ban anything either. Like, both extremes are not helpful. That's what I'm essentially trying to say. The two-body problem. We have connector locked away, and we have the goal locked away, which is not surprising. And we need the red signal for the another kind of connector. Can put a hole in here somewhere. Okay, we cannot really do much on this kind of half. What is the other half like? Okay, we have a button and a button here for two different kind of things. Probably like blue on the one side and red on the other side, I would guess. Yeah. Definitely. Oh, but this is a problem. Okay, but firstly I only need like red. Which definitely should be possible. I just need to connect them like this, and... Okay, I need actually to protect my body over here somehow. Because I need to stand on this pressure plate. Also, I'm not gonna go anywhere. Okay, this is not a solution. This is a problem. I've not thought about so far. Although it's not really a problem, it's only a problem as long as you make it one. Because you can just put it right here and not be stuck inside a literal box. So we want one connector back in there, I would argue. Actually, no. I want both of them in there. I don't want to connect anything. Can you please put the other connector through here? Okay. I'm just gonna put myself here. The thing is, we want the signal right here. And we want to put these two right down here. Now, we need to move our body on the other kind of side so that we actually can use to press this pressure plate and just go through. Real simple. Okay. I have a question mark over there. It's probably like this monument. The other star one. There's also a path. Where's this path leading? Where's this path going to? Okay, now I'm just too curious to see if I can walk this path or if it's not allowed. It's like out of bounds or not, because it just seems like a path to use. But I cannot imagine what would be down here. So maybe I'm in here for a big ruse, like it's just nothing I'm stumbling upon, but just feels too weird. Okay, where's this leading? It's nothing down. Oh, it's a fire. Okay, it sparked, to be honest, or to be exact. I mean, can use the sparks to skip like puzzles, but I don't really want to do this. Hello, Manny. Just want to get back to the track here. This detour didn't really help us much, because we didn't need a spark for anything. At least I'm not planning to use them on any puzzles. But I didn't know what would be there. Okay, here's the golden door, which we can't use at all. I think this I get even more excited on tomorrow's horror game. I'm really interested to see what it's like. Also, I personally didn't play a horror game like in almost like a year or so. I don't really know. Like the last horror game actually was like Amnesia the Bunker, which I played as it came out. I don't know when was the release date of it, so I'm really interested to see how it will go. But I definitely want to make a longer stream, that kind of thing. Okay, can I get up there? So that's why I'm choosing like the tomorrow, like Friday. It's like better to stream then. That's good to hear, Manny. We will like in the stream tomorrow. Like I'm playing on the same kind of starting time. But I will try to play or like stream longer than I'm usually doing. We have a fan here sitting in the corner. Okay, we can actually utilize this to get ourselves up here, which helps us to get connectors standing up there. So we now have this one. Where's the blue signal? I didn't see this written here. Okay, just gonna connect these two. And let's walk over here. And put this one on top of it. Okay. That's like the first kind of wall down. Okay, how would we proceed from here exactly? Because the thing is, we would definitely want to use the red signal, which is just around this corner here. We can't really actually see it. You can see it from like here. We actually want to take this one, or use it one, and put it in here. Okay. Well, one simple solution, if I can take this one, is just to connect all of them at the same time. And this should kind of work. seems a little bit strange, but should get us into the goal here. Yeah, it is looking good. But I didn't place myself in the right direction, so I actually need to come a little bit closer to the window here. Yeah, okay. That's really good.
Congratulations, 1K. That was a hard one.
I beg to differ, but sure. Let's call it a hard one if you want to. Why is it all the way down there? Oh, it's extra puzzle actually. Why is the way so far? It's so far out of all of these places. This doesn't seem like really a puzzle. Like a normal puzzle kind of chamber kind of contraption. I mean, we're still like missing one extra puzzle, but I don't think this is the one. But I'm wondering what it is. What is the structure?
It's an old saying about how, in the end, the sea will claim everything. I have no doubt that this is true. In the long history of the human species, entire regions have disappeared under the waves. Places like Beringia and Doggerland still echo in our cultural memories. But we shouldn't forget that life began in the sea. We are the children of the sea. And it's not through floods and ruin that the sea will claim everything, but through us.
Yeah, it's a nice little puzzle game, I guess. You can call it like the way. I personally just priority played the first game and I really liked it, so I definitely wanted to go around and get to play the second one, but like waited to hopefully wait the kind of 3R release, which just doesn't really appear from the official developers there, so I thought to myself this would be a really good stream game, and yeah. So far, it's pretty interesting. On the past, from Arcadia, Chernowski in our likeness, essay on humankind reaching adulthood. With alarming frequency, our mythological narratives conceptualize our separation from nature as a fall, a punishment for sinning, a loss of innocence, a decline from golden age. We believe that a better state of humanity is possible, but insist that this state must be in the past. Yet our historical experience has been the exact opposite. For all the horrors of modern war, and they are considerable, relatively few people today have to suffer the unspeakable agonies that our ancestors went through on a daily basis. It is double ironic that we place our golden ages in the past, but we very rarely ever consider what life was actually like for the people whose genes we carry. How cold they were, how hungry, how frightened of the cruelty of nature. What unspeakable pains they must have experienced when they were sick or injured. How many of their children they had to lose, unable to help, begging the heavens for mercy and never receiving an answer. The past is a slowly receding tidal wave of grief. The battle for human emancipation is not yet won, and the path that has been far from straightforward, yet in but a few thousand years we have lamented a great deal of suffering that before must have seemed unavoidable and eternal. Some still suffer, their lives held ransom by politics and economics, but at least now we know what a better world is truly possible and lies in the future. The Founding. From Hymetia's journal, Volume 1, The Founding of New Jerusalem, Day 132. We had a bit of an incident today, nothing major, but it still woke us all up. Sun was away from the camp alone, even though we had agreed that we should always go in teams, and she encountered a group of the herbivores that we saw on the first day. Cows they are called. Apparently our ancestors kept them as livestock. Eustenius says they squeezed them for liquid, but I find that harder to believe. But I digress. Sun encountered a herd, and just as predicted, the animals were passive at first, friendly even. Sun decided to abandon her survey to study them for a while, which went well until a group of wolves, formerly dogs, a type of pet, entered the clearing, causing a stampede. The sun is alright, only a minor scratches on the bodywork and a few torn wires. It was a close call. I guess we've gotten a little complacent, a little too comfortable. We have to be more careful from now on. And lastly, an outlook from Trevor. Let's see what he has to say.
Now I have to talk science fiction for a bit because I love science fiction, but it drives me nuts. There's this cliche that shows up over and over, and every time someone uses it, everyone pretends it's really profound. It goes something like this. A scientist invents something good, but, oh no, it's actually really bad. You could have something that makes your life better, but no, you can't. How dare you even want it? That's hubris. That's playing God. And it's never anything that reflects the real world, right? It's never, oh no, you invented a vaccine for cervical cancer. Oh no, you invented a new class of antibiotics. Oh no, you cured malaria. How dare you? Those diseased mosquitoes are way more important than human lives. How did science fiction become so reactionary? You know, if we all thought this way, you guys wouldn't even exist. At least Alex agrees with me. She has good taste.
Yeah, it's like they get the thought about extinction. What kind of extinction we like tolerate and what others we kind of try to hinder and even kind of stop completely, even though the animal cannot survive with itself, you know, in its kind of environment.
What can I do for you, 1K?
Well, did you know the founder?
I sure did. Not as well as Byron, but she was still around when I was born. I remember she came and talked to me after New Alexandria, told me how sorry she was. I never blamed her for that. It wasn't her responsibility.
Well, what was New Jerusalem like when you were born?
A lot busier than it is now. My most defining memory is that it was extremely noisy, because something was always being built. Got annoying after a while.
What do you think of the body replication tech?
It seems like something that could very quickly get out of control. You know that saying about good intentions? If we can solve problems by just making more people, how long before people just become a problem-solving tool?
What do you think about Miranda's idea that it's our duty to spread life?
Our ancestors thought they could introduce new species to existing ecosystems, and it never turned out well.
Makes sense, or I don't think that applies to places where there's no life, like other planets. I wanted to see what he kind of answers to this, because, well, obviously if you like introducing some type of plants or like animals to a environment they're normally not in, then they're just gonna change the kind of environment itself. But how about other planets where there is no life in general?
There's no life there now, but you can't see the future. You might be wiping out a whole ecosystem that hasn't even gotten started yet.
No, it's an a simple way of for there, but also if you're like able to terraform enough, then why not? I guess if you want to like use the planet in that way. Tell me about New Alexandria.
For some reason, we'd convinced ourselves that New Jerusalem wasn't enough, that we needed another city. We thought it would be easier the second time around. All it takes is a little bit of arrogance and a little bit of ignorance, and people die.
Okay, that's all. Like really, just yeah. Okay, that's on it then. At least it didn't work out because they're just a little bit too ignorant and stuff. But well, that's all then. Even if some died. That was a weird translation. We have found another lost lab. Let's see what kind of mechanic we are introduced. or like period, but doesn't seem like we're seeing something. Oh, okay, just more. Okay, because we know already like of the body duplicates. From Quentin, to Athena, dear founder, I never got to know you. People tell all these stories about you, and I don't know what to believe. Some people say to us Cornelius, others say Cornelius is too blinded by grief. Some say Brian stands for the truth, others say he's a fanatic and radical and we should listen to the mayor. There doesn't seem to be a way of getting a straight answer. Why did you abandon us to this chaos? Why can't you just come back and sort it out? If you're reading these messages, don't you care? From Quentin. This feels like a want-to-be solution to a problem that is not gonna solve the problem. But okay. They just like are so hopeful that the founder will just kind of magically have a answer to these problems, but I don't think that will be like the case. From Modena to Athena. Dear founder, thank you for everything you did for us. I'm grateful for the life that I have, which would not exist without you. But wherever you are now, you are at peace. Modena. The Noma Project 5. Still a lot of gibberish. Trade 983 to 1000. Version 0.12 successfully deployed. New labs established to avoid interference. First successful duplication of advanced machinery. Trials 1001 to 1308. Data collection analysis. Translation groping in the dark. And the trial 1309. Something, but QFT fails to account for this 474 something. Must run trials from 1212 to 1294. And something, maybe God was just trying to make an apple pie from scratch. Okay, now I'm just guessing that the Noma project is actually like the body double we are seeing. Because it feels like it's kind of reference to it with the first successful duplication of advanced machinery. Which in the end is like the body duplication. And we got Lux version 5. It's gonna be probably fine, actually. Okay, I just thought it would be overload us again. It didn't. Which is a nice pace of change of phase.
Something to do with energy generation. Am I reading this right?
I don't know what you're reading. Or maybe can you see it in the research tab? Sure cannot. That's a bummer. Rant, introduction. Our private conversation even. Humble greetings, number 1000. This is Rand. Our friend Doge has assured me you're of a sound moral character, and your insightful analysis when we met in the city draws me to the same conclusion. We met him. I'm trying to think who he was. He was described as an engineer to us. I don't remember which he could be. Okay. Yeah, sure, what this is all about. This matter demands that I be forthright. New Jerusalem requires strong moral guidance. You're expectant... no, I only tried to choose the engineer thing. I'm not sure right now. Back again to the messages here. New Jerusalem requires strong moral guidance. Your expedition only makes that more urgent. You must end the incessant debate over the effects of the goal and focus on becoming the best people we can. Life seems to be so complex, but I'm sure the answers are quite simple. Consider our species, like our senses, we are just tubes with inputs and outputs, yet we run on a code so complex that we barely understand it. But the answer is simple. Garbage in, garbage out. It's our moral duty to use our instinct for good inputs to correct the bad outputs. Honestly, need to hear more on this, because life seems to be complex, but I'm sure the answers are quite simple. It's a bold kind of statement, I feel like. I mean, there's definitely some things that are answer quite simply, but I would argue that a lot of things that are more complex to it still with the solution at hand. So I need to hear more. Good, because I have a great deal more to discuss with you. But first I'd like to answer any questions you may have about me. Okay. Why are you? Who are you? I need to have a refresher there. One of the foremost scholars in the digital archives and the stimulant and the simulation which gave us life. When the code on which we run gives me insight which other collect or how we ought to live. Okay. Was he the overseer in the museum? Probably. I'm not too sure. Let's just assume like that. I guess it's not too far off, actually. Okay, I don't know why this information matters to me. Where are you? I just see what the game kind of throws me with this one. Okay, in my laboratory at the museum, lately I've been analyzing the connections between our information libraries and the rebirthing algorithm. But I meant to find a pattern. Why are you? What are these questions? Okay, answer that question is my life's work. We know our ancestors left behind a computer simulation with access to the archive, and I hope it would produce true sentience. And we are now here and we are sentient. The real work is in filling the gaps, but the more code we unravel, the more clear it becomes that we exist for a reason. Okay, then I just want to know what you want with me. My studies prove that we as a species are no accident. We are the outcome of millions of years of careful machinating. It is my firm belief that the questions that the big questions have answers and that they are encoded into our very souls. Imagine objective answers to why we are here and how we ought to live. It would be the most important scientific and physical discovery of all time. A provable, practical, moral code, literal code, which already exists within all of us, without which we could not function. And you and I could be the ones to describe it. I can't yet tell you why, but I have reasons to think that Islands holds the key to the puzzle. All I ask of you is that you stay true to our principles, regardless of the costs. So, what do you say? Is the world a better place if we work together on this? Oh. Personally, honestly, I find it hard to kind of decide this. Because it feels like there's nothing we said, or nothing like much of information given from here in Rand's case. We know kind of the objective he has specifically, but this is his kind of personal goal. It feels like not the actual goal of the group that he's part of, and that we are kind of trying to be part of it if we are agreeing to this. So it's hard to see. And also, he's like saying that all I ask of you is that you stay true to our principles regardless of the costs. Which I feel like, regardless of the costs, like regardless of maybe going extremist ways or something like this. Because this is a really big kind of phrase, and I'm not really comfortable with it. But also, like, my curiosity gets the better of me in this one. I'm too curious, to be honest. Yeah, let's work together. I want to see what kind of story is in the game, and then I think if I'm just gonna say I don't know if I'm... Well, if I don't know if I'm just up to it, yes. That's the question. Is this one I definitely, like, know, and it's cutting off the opportunity, or, like, okay, but you need to convince me more, kind of deal. Probably like overthinking this, honestly. So just because I'm curious, I want to see what's exactly with it, because I can see kind of maybe some side objective possible to kind of agreeing to work with him. So yeah, let's work together. I knew you were one of the good ones. Well, usually there will be a bit more of a ceremony when someone new joins the cause. Nothing fancy, just some tests of your faith and some homegrown simulations. But that will have to wait until you're back in the city. In the meantime, welcome to the Order of Uriel. Wait, is this some kind of secret society? Well, I want to learn more about it, so yeah, I'm gonna ask that question. Oh, absolutely. Most people can't begin to understand the complexity of our work, and some even seek to undermine it. One day we will have answers we can share more widely, but until then it's best we preach largely to the convert. Is there a secret handshake? I mean, it's interesting to know if there is. Amongst scholars in the known, there is a phrase we found in the archives that we still sometimes use to get one another's attention, without exposing our meaning. Dark Satanic Mills. Dark Satanic Mills. Are there others? Many of those who explore our code arrive at a similar conclusion and share our ambitions. Though I've studied the archive for longer than any, be one with faith, my friend, you are not alone. Okay. I mean, I didn't expect him to drop names or anything, or like numbers in this case. So, okay, sure. But are there any rules? Of course, but I trust you are already familiar with the crucial ones. Remember, it is not up to you or I to create the rules of morality. It's the rules of morality which create you and I. Okay, thank you, let's stay in touch. This doesn't really say much, at least at me not right now, so, well, thanks for at least nothing it feels like. Okay, what do we have here? From Bezerzan. To Athena, O great and sacred founder, I believe I have discovered the truth that our so-called leaders have hidden from us. This absurd and secularist goal they have us working towards, this hubristic completion day foolishness, was never your true intent. Even this abomination of a city that calls itself New Jerusalem is a deception. Why would you want us to return to the sinful ways of our ancestors, strangling the living soul with steel and concrete? No, it was when you and the first companions lived humbly amongst the splendors of Gaia, having no need for all of this wasteful ostentation inherited from our weak and decadent ancestors, that you showed us the true path. After all, why would the progenitors have given us such a hardy bodies if she had intended for us to live in unearned luxury? The very first we were built to be free from pride and material excess. Your teachings have been obscurated and perverted by ideologies, worst of all by the traitor Prine, who once was like a son to you. But you should know that there are still those of us who remember the truth and await the blessed day of your return, when surely justice will be meted out and humanity will finally return to its intended path. Okay. Hello by your name, Bezerzan 943. That's a strong kind of letter or mail. The shutdown. Okay. It's a larger scale, I guess. We assembled on the vast green lawn outside as the reactors began to slowly wind down. The workers were solemn. The activists who had fought against the decommissioning seemed crushed. There was supposed to be a speech, but the spokeswoman had lost her notes. Outside, the protesters cheered. My eyes were drawn to the discarded anti-shutdown banners, endlessly reciting the facts. The statistics on mortality per trillion kilowatt-hour, lowest of all energy sources. The lifespan of a reactor, 7 or more years in our case. Minimal land footprint, almost zero emissions, no intermittency. It became a jumble of words, litany, almost kind of glossalian. As far as the protesters outside were concerned, it might as well be an alien tongue. One thing was clear to them, and that was enough. The technology inside this compound was deeply, inherently wrong. It was a sin. I could not help but think of that moment on August 6, 1945, when the sky erupted above Shima Hospital. My imagination could never fully encompass it. How do you imagine more than 70,000 people annihilated in an instant? An ancestor of mine was in that hospital. He went from being a doctor, a husband, a father, a pacifist stuck in a terrible war, to being a pile of bleached bones covered in rubble, all in a single second. Not by accident, but because of a choice someone made. Not because of a rector, but because of a bomb. Just 2 days earlier, contradicting his campaign promises, the Prime Minister had suggested that the use of tactical nuclear weapons would be an acceptable risk if the conflict continued. Very few seem to find this particularly shocking or outrageous. They are afraid of reactors, but not of bombs. The spokeswoman gave up on finding her notes. It was starting to rain and people were walking away. She kept the microphone. "By the time you regret this, it'll be too late," she said. "But honestly, I don't know if I care anymore. Maybe you have it coming." Miranda, the spokeswoman sounds so bitter. The protesters didn't mean any harm. From their perspective, they were doing good. Athena, people always think they are doing good when they are collectively outraged. It doesn't make them right. And the fatal profile, collective actions can change the world when it's deliberate and based in reason, but it can also become a mental trap or a societal pressure valve. A cliché. The thought terminating cliché. From unknown essentially to Miranda. As you continue reading, there's a useful concept that I would like you to keep in mind. The thought terminating cliché. This is a type of phrase, often a slogan or saying, which sounds meaningful but is really intended to make you stop thinking. To pick an example from our history, someone in this relation might say things like, "It's the will of Elohim," or "It serves the process." And that would be it dead, case closed. Who knows how many iterations never advanced further because they just stopped thinking at that point. Do note, however, that a thought terminating cliché is not the same as a lie. It may very well contain elements of truth, but those elements are used to keep you from questioning a whole set of assumptions that come with it, which may be particularly or totally false. This often takes the form of appealing to something you care about. We must protect X, whereas X is a nation, a philosophy, a public order, or even the planet itself. But while you may agree with that element, all kinds of assumptions may be inclined about how to protect something, or who to protect it from, or what the end goal of protecting it is. If you stop there just because you agree with the surface level statement, the results may be the opposite of everything you wanted, like those who chose to serve Elohim and in so doing preventing him from achieving his true purpose. Yeah, that's something that's still grown pretty large. Like, yeah, that's just like the way it's be. It's just the way it be. So yeah, it's definitely something to consider as well. Something I personally just like about the game. It has to play these puzzles, which keeps your brain thinking about how to solve them, but also tries to strike a more deeper kind of conversation through these kind of notes. Drilling party. Drilling party? Okay. So far I only see like one drill and a plateau, which I can use to drill many surfaces to or through. I cannot reach this one. I can reach this one. Okay. So I want to start here. I'm essentially trapped with this kind of clone, and behind the wall there's nothing to grab. So this was just stuck there. Okay, he is stuck there for himself, but actually we can use the upgrade by the drill to go somewhere else. And now we can use this construction to get actually one copy out, also get a connector out. Okay. I don't think we will get this one out here actually, but it will be a source for the red signal which we may need. Oh, also, you can actually get a second connector easily. That's cool. And we have... Ooh. We need for multiple of these here. Okay. I would argue that the pressure plate there, we're just gonna stand there on ourselves. We will connect these here, like so. And now we can open it. But we cannot go further. Which is not helpful. So we need to actually do something about it. It's a little bit unnecessary, it feels like, but I'm gonna just do it like this. And now I'm just gonna drill a hole through there. Okay, there it is. Almost not really seeable because the line is not that great to see from this distance. Okay, I need one of these things here. Okay. I see a way and I know what to do. We actually go get out of the way of there. We'll put it down here. But it will not work like this. That's a shame. Okay, we need to do this different. But if I would do it like now... Okay, this one is really tricky and I'm not sure how to... Oops. How to do this kind of. Because also something to remember is that we have a possibility to drill a hole there, so what I was thinking is that we need to get him through. To get him through as also there. The thing is we have 3 pressure plates we need to press, but we also need to actually get one in there. So I'd like to use it that way. Okay. Okay, this is one of the... I have an idea. Yeah, I have an idea and it's simply like what I already did. But... No, I cannot do this one. This, if I have like the body here and what I should switch with this one, I would be able to do it that way, because if I'm getting off this button, I cannot exit this area here. Which is a problem. Would need something there already. I could set it up differently, but it still wouldn't help. Although it may work. But I need... no, it will not work. Something I kind of thought about would maybe like putting it like straight up here and use it differently, that kind of way. It's like not a problem to drill a hole there and then connect it like this, but I'm not getting through. And the problem is that I just need to get through there. So, to... Nice. Now this is necessary? Is it? I keep it that way. Let's go ahead and try something out where I'm not honestly sure if it will work. But I see a way, because now I can just place myself in here like that and can control of him. So now I don't need... Yeah, I don't need that stuff. It's all unnecessary. I can just... I cannot take it this one off though. But still, it's completely fine. Because now I can... Okay, it's actually kind of even better because the laser actually still gets to the wall, which is so much better than I imagined. Because now I can actually get here and have both of these right around here, which with the help of the drill I actually can just take the connector and place it on the button to get out. Okay, this one was actually a little bit more tricky. Just kind of see the kind of way. Hey, yeah, good. How's it going?
Miranda is the founder's daughter. It's still kind of blowing my mind. She came all the way out here, left everything she had behind, and created a new life. Why do you think she did that?
Oh, wow. I didn't... okay. It's a little bit late, but I just noticed that actually someone subscribed. Thanks a lot, Streamer, for the subscription on YouTube. And I just noticed that many also followed like an hour ago. I don't have an eye on these things as, so much, so I'm sorry that I saw it too late. And I already noticed what he was saying. I can use open a log. Come out there, left everything she had behind and create a new life. I don't think she did that. I personally don't really have a clue, at least I don't feel like. But maybe she didn't want the goal to be like that, but she didn't also like want to change it. So just because creating new life is beautiful.
Miranda is certainly amazing, at least from what she sounds like. I can imagine that it must feel very special to be her parent. On the other hand, we're not like ancient humans. We're not born as babies. Would you have preferred to have a family?
I wouldn't say that Brian sort of took me under his wing, because it wasn't really like that. He just kind of said, yeah, you're like the 1000th person here, so come up here and oh, here's some plants and so on. It wasn't feel like it's something like that. So I don't feel the kind of third answer here. No, I prefer this for myself, or some guys would have been nice. I feel like, and this is kind of going both ways for the person itself and also for like society. It was great if there's some guidance for like a starting point.
Fair enough. You did get thrown in at the deep end.
I want to ask you something else. Actually, oh, I like to ask like why. Okay, it's like the kind of question we have is like, how are you feeling? Why is the northern part of the island mostly underwater? Did you ever met the founder? Have you changed your mind about trying some puzzles, or what did you make of the megastructure interior? And I would like to ask like about the megastructure interior, but also like why the northern part of the island is mostly underwater. But I feel like this one is more interesting to discuss.
Our ancestors relied heavily on fossil fuels for energy generation, which released a lot of carbon dioxide. This caused the atmosphere to trap more heat, which changed the planet's overall climate. The effect continued even after they were gone, and these low-lying areas were flooded. I've seen a lot of places like that.
Okay, it was a kind of obvious answer to this one. But I get to ask another question, so what did you make of the megastructure's interior?
You know, people throw around the word awesome a lot. I probably do it too, but I think what we saw in there is the proper meaning of the word.
Sorry, I was drinking something. I use these dialogues to actually drink something, because else my voice would completely give out. If we get a chance to ask more questions, then have you changed your mind about drawing some puzzles?
Nope.
He just doesn't, okay. How are you feeling?
I'm not sure, to be honest. This is all so surreal. Walking around here is so peaceful, but it's also, I don't know. One moment I feel inspired, the next, kind of creeped out.
That's understandable. Did you ever meet the founder? Probably not if I'm thinking about the number.
No, I never did.
Yeah, never did not.
I would have loved to.
Okay, that's all. Let's see. We have still one secret puzzle left. We've also like a question mark over. Okay, over there. Which would be this one up there, and we also had like the idea that around this part should be, or hopefully, should be the first trace. Okay, here's just the hidden level actually. We take those. Interplay. Okay. Got a cube already and some other things. We have another choice than to see what's up here, essentially. Okay, so we got into the second area. We have a connector already. Also a party duel of ourselves. The finish line, okay. And already a possibility to re-duel, which we will do gladly. Okay, so we got this one going so far. We could use a platform if we get one. I don't think there is any so far, so no luck there. Is there something in back here that I missed? Maybe like a platform. There's the cube here. I could take the cube, but what for? I could connect. Oh, okay. I'm seeing something. But I also need you here. Oh, to press button for using the ladder there. So actually, scrap that. We are standing with ourselves on this pressure plate and gonna go up here. And want to place this one so that we can get actually there, but we firstly need to place our body somewhere we can actually reach. Okay, wait. This kind of edge, I can reach it. Nice. And now we've got another connector, which is really helpful. Because essentially we're just gonna place it like this. There's nothing more to it. We take you and lose all connections just to straight up connect. Okay. Yeah. I didn't thought this through. The problem is I need like a second self over there to actually collect these things. How would I do that? It wouldn't work that way. Okay, I almost thought I Oh, can use the ladder. It will make things too simple. Also, it doesn't work like that. Because I need to cube actually over here. Oh no, I don't. I actually don't. Just need... we will see if this will work or not. I'm not sure. I've already the kind of plan to put a connector that's on the side up here, and I just kind of hope that this will work, which it will not. No, there's no way. There's no actual way it will work like that. At least I don't think so, but we'll see. This one will probably not work. No. I need to put this one on these lines of something like this. These letters. Or maybe it will work if I put it up here. Okay, yeah, it will. Great to see, but I still need to mirror body on the later half here. Or else I'm not gonna be able to collect my reward. My reward is the finish line. Okay, nice. Also done stuff like this. Okay, now the question is, where is the starting point of the trial for the star of the monument on the complete other side? Okay, definitely not here. Oh. Oh no. God damn it. Sometimes I mean, it's good to know. We need to know that these buttons are there, but the problem is we don't need know what to how to press them, and what kind of order, and what kind of somewhat like image, which probably lays on top of there, because this is the monument of this phoenix, and this is always like a puzzle in the level itself, like it was last time with the puzzle that we needed to press only the buttons on the back-end side of these signs to actually see. Great to see you. To actually solve the puzzle. I didn't thought I would just stumble upon some snowmans there. It's not something I would expect. Okay. This is interesting. It's not directly a kind of code or some pattern we can just input there. We actually need to find out more. Oh boy. Okay, so we know that A is actually the input, or a point where we need to input it. Maybe C is actually the place to find the answer to that thing. Now the question is, in relation to all of these, it's probably... that's hard to judge. If it's like this puzzle there or over there. I don't think this is down here actually. No, I don't think that's the one. Okay. Oof. Oh, there's another one here too. I'll just reset these buttons. Is there a number of pushes to them? No. Can push all of them in. So to brute force this one seems like a really bad idea. But wait, so we already saw like this one? Why is this here? I'm just gonna do something quick. It involves just to take a screenshot myself rather than using the in-game one, because yeah, it's great that the in-game has such a thing going, which is cool, but I want to see it all the time. So you're not gonna be able to see it actually, because I don't record my overlays, or don't stream overlays in that kind of sense. So you cannot really see it, sadly. But I just want to get through to myself, and I feel like always clinging to the menu there would not feel great. It's like the golden one. The problem with the map is to see what kind of... Okay, this kind of way here, I'm just gonna show it quickly on the in-game maps just to reference, is this kind of place here. So the... just for reference, this square here is just like the test chamber up there probably. So just a kind of general idea what this is all about. But I don't want to keep opening up the menu and so on, so... Oh god. This way needs to go on a little bit more. This is the next triangle. Just for reference. We are now gone from down here to somewhere here, probably. I'm just trying to head up here. Maybe this is meant with the outline, although I'm not really sure if it is or not. You cannot get from the left side around it. So maybe the right side is more, yeah, it's more easy to do. So behind here, there should be something. Yeah, and it's just another input. But it's on the right point there. Okay. So maybe, and this is a thought I'm just thinking, we are on these 2 points, and we have seen that there are other kind of points to put codes into, but maybe we actually go to down here, and maybe this one holds more information for us. Honestly, I just hope that there is more information on this kind of symbol there, because else I'm not sure how to read this map and how to read what to watch out for. And talking to people is nice and great and all, but I just want to focus on this puzzle here. We are back at this kind of triangulous mess. Now the big question is, do they mean this direction or this direction? Probably like this direction, I feel like. Let's see. This one is just the level 8 we just did. Maybe there's something else going on here. I don't want to jump this straight away. I want to see if the other way around is maybe easier to do. I don't want to risk falling down and to walk again up. It's not something I want to do, so I'm just trying trying to get up here. Okay, no, I'm not gonna up there. But the thing is that actually the kind of symbol for it is not like outside of these, but more like in the puzzle itself. And we had an area here which didn't hold any much of information or like doing much, but was more like just essentially like nothingness. Do I see anything out of place? Anything essentially weird? Maybe on the ceiling? I don't see anything. This seems weird. Like there's a ring to walk around on it. But else? Like up there? I don't see any way to get up there in a doable like fashion. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna just try the jump around here to see if there's maybe something on the back side, although I don't think this is gonna be the case. Oh, I'm just screwing around. Okay, I thought maybe I can get up from behind here. I definitely can. Oh. Game just lagged me doing this, obviously, so I don't feel like this is the right answer to my puzzle slash question here. Definitely doesn't seem like it. Okay. I have another thought about this test chamber. Maybe I should try to get higher to actually see it from a top. Maybe there's something on top of these ceilings that I just couldn't see from below. I don't see anything in particular. Doesn't feel like there is something there. Okay. Somehow we passed these two memories here. Let's just run into them. Take it with us.
I wonder what it was like when the ancients were still here. Their world seems so lively.
Not always in a good way. Interesting times are great to read about, but rarely great to experience.
That's true. But they left behind so much art and philosophy and religion, and so many strange stories. Is New Jerusalem like that?
It was, in the beginning.
Okay, on top of here is actually the puzzle for getting to the tower and all. I'm just thinking about the other kind of star puzzle, which just shows us the direction this kind of way, but we don't really know where to go to. The problem is, it could technically be that they want us to actually go all the way around, or right away behind like there. I don't think that this is something, but I think like this is something more like a something more like just ice. I'm not sure. Also, if you're up so far high in this kind of thing here, why not just try it out? I want to see. It's like to jump down. Oh, that's like a bad idea. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Was it down there? What's this place all about? To climb this little mountain here, and we should be there. Oh, it's just another echo memory kind of deal.
Let us consider the city. What is a city? It is not a gift from the gods, nor the product of nature. Unlike a mountain or a river, it is something that must be built through the deliberate arrangements of material by a mind imposing order on the world. And it is built to serve a purpose. To that end, it has roads and fountains and walls. And to the same end, it has laws and leaders. And though each city is built according to a different plan, all cities must serve their purpose, or they will fall and become ruins. Therefore, we may conclude that a city is also a kind of machine, constructed to improve the life of its citizens.
Okay. Gonna do something with this ray at all. I need to get over there. This is the that's the direction I need to go actually. Okay. Oh man. Here we are. Something that just really surprised me is like how far they took it with the size of the levels. Like this game area wasn't big. It's not as big as it's like right now. I'm running a totally different kind of place, but still just trying to search for something here. So we did actually found something. A guitar. I mean, at least we found something. But it's not the thing I wanted to find, and it just felt like this kind of little area here where there was something that was hiding something. But I would like to have something else have it been there, but it just wasn't. Okay, we first need to see if there's something here. So we couldn't overlook it from the plateau. Stunning plateau, so I don't know if there's... Well, yeah, there's a lot of nothingness. Okay, cool. So we established this. There's a lot of nothing. Is there something else here? Or is all a big mistake of coming out here? Honestly, I don't know. Oh, there's something. We found something. What is it? It's a bench. A purple bench. I mean, yeah, cool, definitely, but it's not what I wanted. That's what I was looking for. Okay, where do you lead to? Just straight up back? Seems like it. Ouch. Okay. Back to normal. Honestly, I just don't know where the actual thing is. Just so weird. Is it somewhere between the like the main point and like here, but I don't think it would be that way. Just saw it. A little hue right down the snow here. I'd argue it's way off if it's really it, but well, let's see. No, it's these other strange things. It's still not the thing I was looking for, but it's something. I was just wondering, like, this doesn't seem right. And it definitely was not. Okay. My only way of actually trying to follow that is just to really go ahead into the monument and just start walking from that as my starting point in a straight line, hoping that I actually will find my goal here. Like this so-called sprite. I'm just really looking for. I mean, the other puzzle I will probably like look it up, at least like the hints like last time, because I just don't see how I will be able to figure this one out, because the kind of give informations are so little. I personally cannot do anything with them. Just a straight up line. This kind of direction. More or less on this like line. I need to like adjust to different kind of things, which I just cannot do in other kind of ways. So it's going straight through here. Oh, god damn it. Can we get... Oof. Can we get... Oh, please here. So... It is here. Oh, there it is. Okay, oh no. No. Don't get stuck. Okay. I see that it's just right on this edge. So make sure you can just run until here and just jump off. Actually get it. So where are you heading? What is your intended way? Might make it easier. Okay. Oh really? Okay. Can take this one. That should be fine. Can take this one. I can take control of the other one. On top. Stand myself on top. Get the other one right beside of it. Jump above of these. Take control. And now if I'll go up here, I can actually touch that one. Yeah, nice. Okay. I don't think it was like the only like puzzle there. It's probably take us to another like chamber and wants us to do something goofy for us. Of course. Get here. Get here. And there it is. Why are you like this? Come here. Okay. Oh god. Big faults, I'm not grateful myself. Okay, it's just probably like a more or less straight line to the monument and hopefully... Oh god, where are you flying to? Just hope you're flying up here. Yeah, almost right, yeah. It's looking good. And we're here. At the finish line, at the finish it all. There's the star. Okay.
We cannot return to the past, but the future can redeem all that has happened.
Okay. I need to also find it again. There it is. And I should favorite myself for later times because I'm probably gonna need it more than that. Because these puzzles are really hard to do. Okay, the Sphinx Star. First hint is this engraving looks very much like an overhead map of the area, don't you think? The C, A and T stands out. There must be something to find at each of these locations. Yeah, they kind of do, but I didn't find the one in the T point. An A and C, yeah, they're just like inputs. So that alone as a hint doesn't help me because I already like figured that much out. Actually, the exact positions of the letters on the map are slightly misleading, but the general area is still correct. Take the letter T, for example. It's marked as being inside the puzzle, but you won't find what you're looking for in there. Okay, this is actually really helpful because I was wondering if the T letter 1, which as a kind of reminder, is this one right down here where I searched in the chamber because I thought the T was in the chamber. Actually meant that it was in there and it's kind of not. So let's have a look around about the area on the T. Because I tried to get behind it, but it didn't really want else. Because maybe there's something else I'm just missing. I really wanted to try these star puzzles on my kind of own, but they're so... there's like so much to think about the counters so often, so... Now I'm just thinking about what about... No, this one would lead to this one. No, this needs to be the one, I think. Which should be related to the T marked on the map. So maybe it's not like completely on its back. Or maybe just like on its side that I missed before because I was so focused on getting back there that I maybe missed it. I don't see it here. What about the right side? No, nothing here either. Okay, I'm just gonna try again. Okay, now this is gonna be difficult to do from here. I'll try again to get on top of there. Okay, I'm just sliding off here. That's not helpful. I know why I'm sliding off, because the game technically wants not me to be on the wall, so I don't think that's actually relevant then. Okay, I need another hint. So if this isn't inside the puzzles, then yeah, okay, I noticed that it must be something outside of the puzzles, or especially with the hint before. And especially this one, I don't really know. Well, you know what? I'm just gonna check out the other location real quick here. Because just maybe I really am at the wrong puzzle. I just had another thought, actually. I just had another thought about what to do at these panels. And... yeah, maybe... yeah, I'm supposed maybe to spell these letters. Like, this is location for the T. But how do I spell out A? I mean, C and T are obvious. But A is a little bit more difficult. I will try this one. First I had to C. Just because C is not really hard to imagine what the positions to press are. And after that I will just run ahead to A and see if there's something there. That's gonna be interesting. I need to get to here, and this one just ahead is the chamber for the letter C on the map. other way around. We already were there. We're there. Right here, because... Oops, hello. The sea will just be like this. Oh, and already test, but pattern is already solved. Okay, so this is like the right thing to do. Now the only interesting kind of question will be is how the pattern for A will be like, because we only like have a grid which doesn't really have the opportunity, personally, don't seem like to do that well. So I think that's gonna be weird. We'll just head there and see for ourselves. I was here. These sides. At least I'm not like just dying straight up, but it's still not really good to take. Oh god. Don't get stuck here. Come on. Okay. Kind of close actually. It was right here. Yes. Oh no, actually this one is different. This one is actually fitting for an A. Okay. Then I just didn't remember it right. Well, frankly, I didn't really look at the grid there too much because I didn't really know what to make out of that, so can't really expect it. Okay. And with the last star then collected, we should be done here. Yeah. We're then done with the area so far, and we can then just go ahead, do like last kind of puzzle there to get to the tower and unlock this area, or unlock the tower in general. Oh yeah, this area feels like more expansive, but it's just probably like this only because there are no amount of like really trees and the area is so open. Because of that.
If the fool persisted in his foolishness, would he become wise?
Okay, getting down here. I need maybe to unpin my note from Steam, so it doesn't, for me personally, cover up some things that I don't see then. Which would be kind of, well, not helpful, just phrase it like that. Okay, I can talk to Brian. Didn't talk to him.
How can I help you?
I don't know. Okay, what if Athena left the island long ago?
Then at least we may be able to find out what happened in New Jerusalem, why she came here. But I don't think she left the island. I think she's still here, waiting for us to make the right choices.
Okay, I hope you're right. There's no rational reason to think so. What makes you think that? I agree she has to be here. I hope she's still here. What if it's a hoax? Someone faking her voice? I wouldn't go so far as to say that. Personally, I just doubt that she's still here.
It's possible. I don't mind acknowledging that I could be wrong. But as someone who knew Athena better than anyone except Cornelius, I'm pretty sure she's still here.
Why do you believe that there should be more people?
I think every single human being is completely unique, and every instance of consciousness is a miracle. The more of us there are, the more alive the universe is. And the more we all interact with each other, the more complex the life of the universe becomes. So I believe that people are a fundamental good. I don't believe we're all flawless, but I think every one of us matters precisely because nothing else does.
Okay, I get that. I can get that sentiment and the way of thinking. Just tell me a joke. I don't know why this is an option here, but just tell me a joke.
Okay. How many robots does it take to change a light bulb?
I don't know how many.
Replacing a light bulb is a waste of resources, and the founder would be outraged.
I don't know. I didn't really like that one. So honestly, I feel like that's just terrible. It's a terrible joke.
You know, Herman had the same reaction.
Ah, okay. Do you think the megastructure technology could be misused? Well, that's some kind of a simpleton question, feels like to me, because yeah, every kind of technology and therefore power in this kind of sense can be misused, so yeah.
Could be, yes, of course. All technology has the potential to be misused.
Yeah, that's just what I
From
said.
fire and the wheel to whatever makes these particle clouds. But that doesn't mean it has to be.
Yeah, no, that's why I just was a really weird kind of question. Does your faith in humanity ever waver?
In the principle of it, no.
Okay, that was fast.
It's not just that I believe humanity is fundamentally good, although I do. It's that I think sentience is the foundation of everything else. What's the point of stars and galaxies, of hills and forests, without someone to perceive them? But my faith that we can actually grow up, that we can break out of these loops and take control of our destiny, that's something I struggle with every single day.
Hmm. How did the Major get elected?
Herman? Honestly, I think he makes people feel safe. The world beyond our walls is frightening. Human history is full of failures and disasters. It's easy to look at that and recoil. Herman offers a vision of the future that feels contained, manageable.
Is it that so bad? It's a fantasy, life will always be struggle. It's a fantasy, a return to a golden age that never existed. What do we sacrifice to gain that safety? Yeah, I feel like it's a fantasy, life will always be a struggle, one way or another. And the struggle will be different in kind of the intensity. But I think there's a lot of something I struggled with.
I don't think I fully agree. I think someday, maybe, life could be less of a struggle than it is now. But to achieve that will take a great deal of work. We will have to build the systems that make a better world possible.
Okay, maybe the struggle wasn't the right word. Maybe something like concerns one has, well, just about living and being in this environment at all. So, yeah, maybe not the right word for it. If technology isn't the problem, why did our ancestors destroy themselves? That's feels like a question of the actual kind of topic of the game, but okay, because they didn't destroy themselves willingly. They just didn't have enough time to get a cure for the disease, which, well, laid waste to them. What are the implications of Melville's analysis of the particle clouds? Do you believe in the existence of something sublime or transcendent? I noticed that Miranda calls Athena her mother. Okay, this one is really interesting.
She did, yes.
Yeah, is that usual? Because I don't think it is. I don't feel like this is something of a relationship these kind of robots kind of engage with.
Some people in New Jerusalem choose to live in family units.
Okay.
Although usually that involves marriage or equivalent ceremonies, not having children. You could say that Athena was a kind of mother to us, and Cornelius a kind of father, but it's not quite the same.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we didn't really get many kind of interactions in that kind of sense, so I didn't really notice that. What implications of the analysis of the particle clouds?
Athena was always trying to understand the reality underneath what we perceive, the objective truth. That's why she was capable of leaving the simulation. And even after she was free, she never stopped trying to understand more. I suspect her research took her another step closer to understanding the truth. And such steps always challenge our conception of the universe. But that's the wonderful thing about science. We can adapt our views to the evidence.
Honestly, I don't want to actually like ask the first question because it just feels kind of stupid to me. And I don't see any kind of information that it will yield, so it will yield. So I'm not gonna ask this one. Do you believe in the existence of something sublime or transcendent?
In the sense of an interventionist deity? No. I wouldn't rule out the possibility, but it's not something I personally believe. But I do think there is something genuinely sublime in this universe, and it's right in front of us. Consciousness. The fact that this sense of self is even possible, that an arrangement of matter can produce a self-aware mind? Think about it. It's a fundamental property of the universe, an unbreakable law that matter has the inherent capacity to become more than the sum of its parts. That is the definition of transcendence.
Okay. Yeah, just as I said, I don't want to ask this question. It just feels unnecessary and not really fitting at all. I mean, there's no like consequence to asking the question in this game. It's not like this question, but it just feels like it's just a dumb question. I mean, I like there are no dumb questions and all. Yeah, some doesn't need to be like said out loud in that kind of regard. And here are some things we need to do. Okay. I mean, this, okay, I was just like saying this puzzle is really like laid out already, while in reality it is not. This will not fit. This one neither. This one is too far out. This one cannot fit also, so this one is not the right piece. Could take it there, which would differ, but not in a way which would help us. This one actually. This one is right, very good. And I would like this one in the other direction. Now we're getting somewhere, but not into the finish line. Maybe more like this. And then the just one forward going. Wrong way around. This will not work, but this may. Nice. Okay. Let's see what's up to the tower.
For tricking the gods to help humankind, Prometheus was punished by being bound to a rock, there to be eternally tormented. The chains that held him were forged by Hephaestus, blacksmith to the gods. Was Hephaestus right to allow his art to be used in this fashion?
The temple were forged for the plagues of the gods. Was Hephaestus right to allow this art to be used in this fashion? Yes, he was. If Hephaestus thought the punishment unjust, he should have refused. No, no one should be chained. Hephaestus only forged the chains. It was Zeus who bound Prometheus. Yes, it was his duty to obey the father of the gods. How about you just cut out the cryptic nonsense and tell me if Athena is there? I feel like Hephaestus only forged the chains as the blacksmith. He wasn't... I mean, I don't know, but it necessarily wasn't the one who actually bound Prometheus, and also it wasn't like his decision from the beginning to exactly do it like this as punishment for Prometheus, so...
And is Hephaestus therefore absolved of the responsibilities of the creator?
What? Absolved the responsibility of the creator. Okay, I'm not too sure what to make out of this sentence here. And is Hephaestus therefore absolved of the responsibility of the creator? I concede he's partially responsible, yes, because power lies within Zeus. The individual mortality of Ephesus is a distraction from the unjust laws decreed by the gods. It feels weird to me because, like, to make another kind of example, if it... Well, the thing is about this all is just the chains has a purpose as they were created. These chains were created as chains to chain someone. In theory. So the intent was somewhat there, although I'm not quite familiar with like the Greek tale in that kind of manner. So I don't know if the bones or like the chains were created after Zeus like somewhat kind of ordered them for Hephaestus to do so, or if like there's another way around it and kind of the order of things that happened. This is a distraction from unjust flaws for people the gods. Yeah, it's just like the thing with how you use something. How you use, for example, the cloning abilities in this game for themselves, or if they abuse them. Well, you can choose how to use them, like chains obviously are made to bound something or someone. They're not like made specifically to bound specifically someone in that kind of sense. I'm not sure if this is like really the right kind of path to think about it that way. Personally, I just feel like that the individual, the Smith, here in this case, is not responsible for the, how was it put, the eternal torment that Prometheus, just experienced through these chains. Because still the power lies within Zeus.
It is not only those with power who have choices. As you continue your journey to the flame, remember Hephaestus and the burdens of the blacksmith.
That's a fair point. That's a totally fair point in that kind of regard.
The pattern is holding. Solve the puzzles, enter the tower, speak to an entity, turn on the beam. It's like she's appealing to our past, reminding us of where we came from. But changing enough elements to make us view our history through a different lens. Or maybe I'm completely missing the point. I don't know.
You might have something there.
I read about this in a book. It's called defamiliarization.
Yakut? I think I'm actually impressed.
Okay. Yeah, just saying there is a fair point that the blacksmith could refuse the order to actually smith the cuffs in that kind of sense. So you can try to put a partial responsibility on him. It just feels like weird, that kind of specific scenario, but I can definitely see it. So, now is actually a perfect time to kind of end the stream here, as we just finished a new kind of level, kind of whole level there. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. So if I'm changing it up right here, put this one away. Just gonna close this one already and put this one back here. If I unpause it, which I not did. Okay, just my place not working. So it was really cool to see the change of scenery with the icy mountains there, and to have a mechanic that reminds me of something, of some other. I think it was a mod actually, not a game itself. Or was it a game? I'm not quite certainly sure, but I also don't really remember the name anyway, so I can't really tell which way it was. But this kind of puzzle bit was really cool, because it created more of a scenario of thinking about how and which kind of order you need to actually do a puzzle. Which kind of led it to a lot more depth to the actual puzzles themselves, which I really liked. So I'm interested to see how they kind of hopefully expand from it more. I hope that this kind of mechanic is used more in puzzles actually. Maybe with some twists too. That would be actually kind of totally fine. But I personally just really liked it. But we will see in a few days from now on, not tomorrow, because tomorrow we will be streaming the other game, the Still Wakes the Deep, and see how the Gar game is actually. As I said already, it just has positive receptions on Steam. It didn't really look on which kind of score Metascore it has or other outlets. So I don't know what to really expect, besides that it's hopefully not just a jump scare festival, I would call it. It's just something that's why I rarely play horror games. Not really because I'm too much scared of them or I have problems with them. I mean, I will probably sing tomorrow, don't get me wrong, just because I'm scared. But also, I don't really feel that much of enjoying the horror games, at least not anymore, in that sense that I really dislike just using jump scares for horror, for just scaring the player, and because I just feel like it's really cheap to do, and I'm totally fine if the horror game uses this kind of element to create horror or to have a kind of moment there, but I don't really like it if they just just use it as the kind of main sort of the main element there. As an example for a game which fits this description, at least in my kind of sense, would be Five Nights at Freddy's. I I've seen the game as it came out, and I quickly noticed that this game is not interesting for me, and like it's not even interesting to me as to watch other people play it, because that's the only kind of conceivable way to me to how this game is as a horror game, as like the horror game genre. Interesting is just to see the actual like let's player, streamer, or just some other kind of way to see how they get spooked. And I'm totally fine with wanting to see that, but I personally I just am not interested in that kind of deal either. So that's why these kind of games are mostly like on the radar. But this one seems like it's actually more of a atmospheric horror, and that's something I am personally after. So I'm interested to see what or how it will be. And as I also said, I'm planning to stream longer than tomorrow. I want to stream longer tomorrow than today. That's the right sentence. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed today's stream with the Talos Principle too, and I hopefully see you tomorrow to the horror game. Have a nice day. Until then, bye.